Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we will learn about types of respiration. So before understanding about types of respiration, we should know about some important compounds. So the first important compound is the glucose. So the glucose has a formula C6H12O6. It is a 6 carbon compound. It is oxidized during respiration to release energy. The second is glucose is converted into pyruvic acid. So the pyruvic acid is the second compound which formula contains 3 carbon atoms. So the glucose is converted into pyruvic acid. This process is known as glycolysis. So this glycolysis takes place in the cytoplasm of the cell, whereas the oxidation of glucose takes place in the mitochondria. So the pyruvic acid that is formed from glucose depends upon some another factors. The fate of pyruvic acid also depends on whether the oxygen is present or whether the oxygen is absent. If the oxygen is present, then the pyruvic acid is completely oxidized to release CO2, H2O and energy. If oxygen is not present, then the pyruvic acid is converted into whether into ethanol or either into lactic acid. So this condition, the fate of pyruvic acid depends upon whether the oxygen is present or not. Now the types of respiration. The respiration is of two types: aerobic respiration, anaerobic respiration. The type of respiration on the basis of whether the oxygen is present or absent. If the oxygen is present, then the respiration is called aerobic respiration. And if the oxygen is not present, it is called anaerobic respiration. In aerobic respiration, glucose is converted into pyruvic acid and pyruvic acid is completely oxidized to form CO2, H2O and release a lot of energy. In anaerobic respiration, the pyruvic acid depends upon in which it takes place. So the pyruvic acid in yeast is converted into ethanol, and in our muscles it is converted into lactic acid. Aerobic respiration contains one glucose is converted to release 38 ATP, and in anaerobic respiration one pyruvic acid or glucose is converted to release 2 ATP. So the ATP content is high in the aerobic respiration, whereas the anaerobic respiration contains low energy. So aerobic respiration take place in humans, dogs, cattle, etc. and anaerobic respiration take place in yeast, some bacteria and even in our muscles. Thanks for watching my video. Stay tuned for more interesting biology videos. Do subscribe to my channel.